Gyepi evening message and bands, it's Gyepi. Gyepi day, Gyepi afternoon, Gyepi morning, whatever Gyepi may be working the best for you. What is the most important is that this Gyepi fox will be keeping you company this evening. We are going to continue It Gets Lonely here, and hope that we manage to complete this title this evening, because I was curious to see what does that mermaid has in store for us, what is her outcome this time, and if the game does offer any extras or whatnot once we complete all of the possible routes. As I already mentioned on my server, I was willing to stream during the day or morning tomorrow, so there will be no evening stream tomorrow, but still daily stream there will be. That for sure. So, surely got a banger clump soap recipe in storage. My goodness. Wonder what will happen to us this time. So, let's move on. Here we are. I hope it was a nice day for you all, cinnamon buns. And if your day is just starting, try to make it as best as possible. And give your best, as always. So, let's continue. Here we are. Voice belongs, of course. Mermaid. What else do you know with a voice as angelic as that? Relief begins to bubble up inside you, a relief so potent you feel dizzy from it. She did not abandon you after all. Why, you wonder, did you ever think she would? She said that she wanted to see you. Did you think that a mere nicety? Yet, as if by a gentle breeze, you hurry to the door. With trembling fingers, they are trembling, I presume, from excitement rather than fear, you seize the handle, then turn it. So we're always excited to discover what horrific outcomes are outside over there. Nice. Then you step out into the dark, inky night, if it wasn't enough for us until now. You walk towards the cliffs, but you did the night prior, beneath the color of the inky blue sky, the wind moaning fitfully with every step you take. Your soul still aches from your expedition the day prior, but you are able to ignore this discomfort. It seems irrelevant, really, when compared to the prospect of once again meeting the mermaid. You have known her for only one night, yet she has come to mean more to you than your own well-being. You would do anything for the mermaid if she asked it. Well, almost anything. Almost. You hurry down the sharp incline of the cliffs to the shore, almost stumbling in your scuffed brown shoes, which really were not built with rock climbing in mind. So frantic are you in your attempts to once again make the mermaid's acquaintance, you very nearly fall. It is a good thing that you still have enough sense about you to regain your footing, otherwise this tale would come to a premature ending. Eventually you make your way onto the shore and approach the jagged outcrop of rock, whereat you last saw the mermaid. There she is. A fly or a bee? Awesome. And over here, goodness. And if I don't keep my balcony open, I would die asphyxiated, as we almost did that second outcome over there. So I'd rather not. I'd rather not immerse myself as much into the game. Out just or this bee or fly. No. They're outside either way, so this fox is safe. Okay. Russian time it was. Like the night prior, the mermaid is perched upon these rocks, her fair hair strewn about her shoulders. When she sees you from across the shore, he sees her singing, and her eyes light up. Or at least they seem to. So you have returned to me, my hero, the mermaid says, and then lightly she jiggles. Or perhaps I should say heroine. Her praise makes you blush. You do not feel worthy of it. Oh? Nobody has ever called you a heroine before. You don't even think of yourself as a heroine. If a story were made about you, the writers think that you would be a supporting character, one without her own voice. In fact, I'm voicing you, girl. You're not interesting enough. The mermaid seems to think that you are too. She's staring at you delightedly, as though you are the one person in the world she most wishes to speak to. The thought makes you tremble, but not as much as the mermaid's gaze. You told the mermaid that you do not think you are so very brave, but she dismisses your awkward remark with a laugh. I think you are. I saw the way you scaled those cliffs. I thought that was very heroic. Oh, so she saw that, did she? Then did she see how you slipped down the cliffs, grazing your palms in the process, and how you very nearly fell? You have never been the most graceful of girls, but to have your failings exposed before a being as poised and as perfect as the mermaid stings a little bit, more in fact than the resultant grazes on your palms your clumsiness wrote to you. You told the mermaid that there was nothing so very heroic about all of that. You were simply excited, that's all, to see her again. You weren't thinking, oh, that makes two of us. I was excited to see again. You was? Naturally, I had a very good time speaking to you last night. I had hoped that we might resume our correspondence. That is why I came to the rocks a bit earlier than usual. I was waiting for you. Did you hear my song? Yes, you reply with a nod of your head. You heard it all the way in the abandoned cottage. It called out to you. That was the general idea. I was singing for you. She was? You don't think that you are worthy of the mermaid's song, but if she does not mind dedicating her voice to you, then... Well, who else would I dedicate my voice to? There is nobody else to hear me. That is a good point, you suppose. Shyly, you look back at the mermaid. You thank her for her song, it was very beautiful, then tell her before you can lose your nerve that you have prepared a present for her too. Oh, have you really? All right. You collected the flowers before? You have. It's a small thing, nothing more than a silly trinket, but if it would not be too much of an imposition, then, with clumsy fingers you reach into your pocket. For a few moments, you feared that your near fall down the cliff might have damaged the delicate chain but your worries are in vain. The chain is surprisingly sturdy given it was made with only a few flowers, and it has held firm against the odds. You handle the chain with great care, all the same, however, as you hold it out, presenting it for the mermaid's approbation. It was for the mermaid that you fashioned this chain. You thought that it would look nice nested in her hair. You were pleased with the chain when first you made it, but after looking at the mermaid you have begun to reconsider. Mermaid's beauty is otherworldly, so much so it almost hurts to look at her. Oh my, oh my. Insecure, aren't we? Way too much. Your flower crown, by comparison, seems a very meager offering indeed. The longer you hold your gift out, the more unworthy it feels. Hello, Harin. Hi, how are you doing? Nice to see you over here. You are almost reaching the end of this visual novel, I believe. You have half a mind at the second elapse to snatch your silly, wholly unworthy gift back from the mermaid before she can judge you too harshly. No, come on. Handmade gifts are the best. With flowers even. I'm fine, you? Always good, it's just a bit hot, as in water over here. But quite good. Good to keep up with the everyday streams. I'm quite happy with it. But the mermaid's lips curve upwards into a smile and, in a voice so full of gratitude it makes your heart throb, she says, "Oh my, did you make this for me?" "Oh yes," you reply, still feeling a little flustered. "You saw these flowers earlier, when you weren't on a walk, and they made you think of her." No, you hasten to add that you think her beauty is comparable to these flowers. They are far inferior when contrasted with her good look. You simply thought you are unable to get the rest of this sentence out, however, because the mermaid interrupts you, not rudely but with something resembling compassion. Perhaps she pities you. You must be able to hear how your voice is trembling. Can she also see the way your hands tremor? Oh dear, kind heart never won the hand of fair maiden, you know. What happened to all of your confidence? I think that your gift is a wonderful one. I did not at all expect it, but it really is pretty. You look at your feet to show me the mermaid's gate. Then you say very quietly that you are glad that she thinks so, but she does not need to spare your ego. You have precious little of it left as it is. Something that I have learned over time, back when I used to be very like in self-esteem or like confidence, and always used to overthink things I said or gifted, is that when someone praises you, don't think that they are lying to you, just accept it. There you go. No time to think too much. So if she says she did not expect it and she likes it, just take it, girl. You have to. You have precious little of it left as it is. The mermaid seems touched by your shyness. Perhaps she likes her prey to be self-conscious. So she smiles. You're thinking too much, Fox. I'm not. It's the main character thinking too much here. Lacking confidence. I'm not simply saying things to spare your ego. I'm not like that. Humans might spout platitudes as easily as they breathe air, but I do not compliment others unless I truly mean it. Take whatever praise and let it put to rest in your head. That's what I said as well. Is that not the point of speech? To have an honest dialogue with one another? If one party in a conversation is withholding their true intentions, then conversation is impossible. Thinking is a waste of my time, particularly given my time above the surface is so very limited. Oh! You blush at this, more deeply still, and survey the mermaid beneath the full fringe of your eyelashes. I sure just like it. Told you she likes it. Come on. Didn't you just say that? You humans are so very funny. What with all of your second guessing? She was like that too, in the beginning. She? My friend. The mermaid's answer is a simple one, but it makes your stomach clench regardless. Was that a friend only? Ah yes, her friend. How could you have forgotten about her? She used to make me gifts too, you know, gifts like this one. She would pick flowers on the cliffs over there where I cannot tread. Oh come on, not the same. Not the same type of gift. I wanted to be unique in your eyes, mermaid. The mermaid gestures with one hand to the cliffs which tower above the shore, beyond imposing as though to stab the sky above, and she would fashion them into crowns like this one and bracelets. I was appreciative of her tokens, though she was similarly shy when first she presented them to me. Keeps comparing us. She did not seem to think very much of her handiwork. You and her are remarkably similar, really. There is no guile in the mermaid's voice, but her words have rather taken the wind out of your sails. Of course the cowherd gave the mermaid gifts. Why would she not? The mermaid is beautiful. She is so very beautiful, like a tutelary goddess. She seems to invite tribute simply by existing. Were you more religious, or more irreligious maybe, you might even consider worshipping her. Though, in a sense, is that not what you are doing with your flower crown? How silly of you to think that your idea was an original one. I might be accustomed to gifts, but it has been a long time since any human had bequeathed me with anything. This is a pleasant surprise and truly thankful for your kindness, dear one. The mermaid leans forwards on her rock, so as to pluck the circle from your fingers. Her benevolent smile all the while is unwavering. And now that I look at your gift more closely, I rather think it is of a superior quality to the gifts my old friend once gave me. Don't you say? Now this is enough to make you start, if the touch of the mermaid's fingers upon your own was not. Would your silly gift really be better than those she once accepted? I think so. My friend's trinkets were all rather clumsy in execution, though I cherished them nonetheless. They were very precious to me. They did not last for very long though, not when I took them with me to my home beneath the ocean. The water soon rent the fragile links between the flower stems asunder. Your diadem, however, seems more sturdy, but it is, by the same token, very delicate. You must be very good with your hands. You think back briefly on your disastrous sewing lessons in the past, of your numerous failed attempts to thread your needle, while the other girls giggled at you. You blush. You think the mermaid's praise may be attached to effusion. You tell the mermaid as much, but she only laughs. I don't think so now. The mermaid places your floral trinket upon her head, over her long fair hair, then surveys you in a manner which seems almost coquettish. What do you think? You think that the mermaid looks radiant, though that it is less because of your gift and more because of her natural looks. You told the mermaid this, though not in terms quite this glowing, and she jiggles. You're selling yourself too short. I think your gift is lovely, really. The flowers rather match my hair. I agree. Yes, you answer, with a nod of your head. That is why you picked those flowers. Which is all you have been able to think of. I'm glad that you have been thinking of me. I, in truth, have been thinking of you, though I did not wish to say as much. No? No, it would be embarrassing to confess to how much I have been looking forward to our reunion if you did not feel similarly. I don't care to pine for humans from afar, but if you care for me as I do you, then it makes me feel less alone. You hastily assure the mermaid, your face aflame. Do you ever stop blushing? Goodness gracious! That you do care for her, very much so. You have not known her for very long, but she has certainly made an impression upon you. She is such an easy conversationalist, the time simply slips by when you are together, and does not hurt, of course. She is so pretty. I have heard it said, yes, if my looks are rather appealing, my old friend was similarly complimentary. I cannot blame you humans for being so taken with me. My form is so very graceful. Your legs seem rather cumbersome in comparison to my smooth, sleek tail. It must be so very depressing to lumber about on land as you do, living your days beneath the harsh sun and the cool, unfeeling moon. I like it as is, mermaid son. Sometimes I rather think I pity you. But the surface is a good deal brighter than it is beneath the ocean, I will grant you that much. You agree with the mermaid, still feeling flushed, but there are some perks to having legs, an agreement which makes the mermaid jiggle. I'm certain that there are, though you cannot explore the ocean's depths as I can. I presume you have never tried it. You shake your head no, you had never thought to do so, largely because you have never been so close to the sea before, in all of your life. You did not have much opportunity for nautical exploration in the past. You are not allowed to go anywhere then, save the local church. It was quite a lonely existence. Well now, that is a pity. You are kind enough to give me a gift fashioned from flowers, which grow where I cannot reach them, so perhaps I ought to return the favor? Yes, that is right. It would seem only fitting that I give to you, something which can only be found in the ocean's depths. Perhaps we could look at it as a form of cultural exchange. Oh no, you protest, your eyes wide. You couldn't possibly put such a burden upon her. You did not give her a gift after all because you wanted to receive anything in return, anything other than her friendship, that is. Your conversation is more than enough to satisfy you. You don't need any physical presence on top of that. The mermaid does not seem convinced, however, by your naysaying. She raises one eyebrow, even this gesture is performed elegantly, then says, if my company is all it takes to satisfy you, then you are easy to please indeed. Please don't rebuff me. I'm offering because I wish to do this. Remember what I said, I do not say things for the sake of it. Well, you murmur, if she really doesn't mind. Of course I don't mind. Now, wait there. I will not be very long. It would be rude to abandon my new friend in the midst of a conversation. The mermaid turns her attention towards the clear mirror-like water, which shimmers beneath the moonlight. Then she dives, her body arcs elegantly through the air, her long slender limbs cleaving through the surface of the water with nary a ripple. The mermaid's face is first submerged, then her torso and, at long last, her tail. The water rushes forth to envelop her, as though it has been waiting for her. It subsumes her, it swallows her. Then she disappears from view. The mermaid is gone, but you are still there. Well, now what are you to do? There is nothing that can be done, you suppose, save waiting. You stand there for several moments, watching the black water lap against the shore. The breeze howls mournfully like a wounded animal, as it buffets your hair about your face, your torn skirt around your legs. Time elapses, but how much of it? While you stand there, fretfully, feeling as ostentatious as a maple. When will the mermaid return? Will she ever return? You are starting to worry. Is that all you do? When... Look over there by the rocks upon which the mermaid once sat. The water is rippling. Looks as though your new friend has returned. The mermaid pulls herself onto the rocks, using a surprising amount of upper body strength, then smiles at you. I apologize for the wait. I hope I did not make you worry. You were worrying, but you are not half so honest as the mermaid. Mermaids might be spoken of as devious tricksters who lure sailors to their deaths, but they are, in actuality, very sincere. They are much more sincere than most humans. Perhaps that is why your kind fears them so. There are few creatures who inhabit this world whose capacity for lying is greater than your own. You tell the mermaid that you are not worrying, and she answers with a wry smile. I'm not so sure about that. The mermaid is wilder than you are giving her credit for. She has since strayed through you. But no matter, it took me some time, but I was finally able to retrieve for you a gift. I don't have the means to turn this into a pretty piece of jewelry, as you did with the flowers, but I wish to give it to you nonetheless. I do hope that you like it. The mermaid leans forwards, then holds her gift out towards you. Her slender fingers unfurl about it, like the petals of a flower being folded back, and... Oh, what a pretty gift it is! The ocean might be dark and deep, cold and unfeeling, but the same cannot be said for the object which glitters upon the mermaid's palm. She has fished from the depths of the water a beautiful shell, one which shimmers prismatic colors beneath the moonlight, much like the scales on her tail. Actually, the same shell as in the picture over here. It's quite big, almost like size of my palm. It was gifted to me by my... Thank you for the head pat! Hi Breaker Stars, how are you doing? Hey, hi! Good evening! The shell that I do own was gifted to me by my grandpa, and the shell was gifted to him by someone else, like it from the water. I have no idea if it was ocean or whatever, but yeah. My grandfather usually does give me something very interesting that up to my taste, but we do have similar tastes, so it's pretty I guess. The shell is so very pretty, it quite takes your breath away. They're not growing in lakes. Yeah, I was meaning to say, I have no idea if it was taken from a sea or an ocean. I can tell you, thank you, Sime. I did not know this. I thought they were in the lakes with the duckies. The show is so very pretty, it takes your breath away. Thank you for the subscribe, thank you so much, Breaker Stars. Thank you, very appreciated. Hope you will enjoy the emotes. They are free to use because I still did not commission personal ones, but I hope you will enjoy them nonetheless. They are pretty cute in my opinion. Thank you so much for your support. You look at the show worriedly, your teeth biting your lower lip. That is a bad habit, you know. You will make yourself bleed, then ask the mermaid if this is really alright. Would a gift like this not be wasted on you? Furniture petting is not here yet. Come on! I will commission that one, I do keep it in mind. Yes, I remember. Also, I daily sort of mention the important parts that we discuss about Baba up on my streams when he does sleep. And each time he's like, you stated such a thing about me. Like, yes, of course. I forward the money if need be goodness. You're quite looking forward to it. I see. Goodness! Sound alert, I cannot get used to it just yet. Of course not, I want you to have this shell because it makes me think of you. Yeah, indeed. It does? How so? I thought it should be obvious the shell is a lovely find. As are you. Oh. But I finally got some time to watch your stream again, Gyepi. Glad to hear so. I hope you enjoy your time. Reading this time a horror visual novel featuring yandere and cannibalism and Yuri all together. A very interesting combo. You got to put up the points price for it. I almost use it every stream. Yeah, actually you are right. You might be right. Oh, did she just call you lovely? I already know that I'm lovely. Surely you must have misheard her. Goodness, once again. Girl, come on. You can scarcely believe it. Ah! Thank you, Rin. You can scarcely believe it. It is an awful lot for you to take in, but... Now, why are you galloping at me like that? The wind will change, you know, and then your face will be stuck like that, which will be quite a shame. You'd waste your good looks, which, for a maiden such as yourself, will be nothing short of a tragedy. It seems as though the mermaid really does think you're pretty after all, the mermaid with her smooth skin and her fair hair. You can scarcely believe it. There is something almost laughable about the mermaid's compliments. How could she call you pretty when her looks are so immediately, obviously superior? Don't get tired, you look at your feet. What if the thing that was chasing you in the forest was just Rin cosplaying as a goose? Makes you thinking. Goodness. You don't know how to reply to the mermaid, nor to 괰ᴏᴍᴜᴜ. You have half a mind to refute her words, tell her that you are not that pretty, not really, but you fear that might look rude. You don't want to rebuff the mermaid's well wishes. There is nothing for it then, but to take the shell, which the mermaid retrieved from the ocean's depths for you. You do not think that you are worthy of it, but neither do you want to refuse it. Now that is a surprise, the mermaid says. Amuse it as you reach for the shell. I did not think you would be bold enough to take it, not without more coaxing on my part. You have exceeded my expectations. What a good girl you are. Your heart flutters with this praise, and it flutters all the more when your trembling fingers brush against the mermaid's palm. What's Baba doing? I'm gonna check later, but I gave him the higher dosage of medication, the one that managed to make him sleep last time, and I managed to put him to bed a bit earlier than last days. I'm gonna check in like 10 minutes if he's asleep. I hope he... Taking more booba mouse pads lately. No, not at all. Mainly just working, eating, and going on a walk with me. Please. But from like Friday he's off work because it's festive here. And I have no idea if he's off Saturday as well or not. So like tomorrow evening there's like some sort of festivity. I have no idea of how to call it in English, but like there are things to check out. There's even some manga related stuff, like a tiny Comic-Con part. The booths are over there, many booths, different ones. There's like a Disney corner and whatnot, like in this tiny town that is next to ours. It is bigger than ours, but like I'm a bit surprised that there is like a Disney corner and anime corner. Sounds interesting. And music corner. And some boomers dancing as well. Like more classy stuff. And food and whatnot. So it's all over the whole town, divided in areas. And it lasts from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. I won't be making that late because I still have to fix my schedule of sleep because it's still not steady, but boomer dancing is on disco. More like classy stuff, but I think there will be like disco as well. But Papa is interested in 70s and 80s music, so we're gonna see. I think that is over there as well. I'm looking forward to it. I think we'll have quite some fun tomorrow. I'm gonna let him rest during the day because he will be working like pretty earlier today. Like he wakes up at 5 a.m. returns home at like 2:30 p.m. So I'll make him nap. Meanwhile, I will stream tomorrow and then in the evening we'll go out. But still not returning too late home. It will be a nice change of pace. And Friday all day free. I have no idea. Maybe we'll watch a movie together on Friday actually, because all week we did not watch a single movie. We kinda tried to restart watching movies. As I mentioned, I did not really watch any, but I watched like 2 this year, for like 2 years. And I watched them together with Baba. It was like teenage style American comedies for girls. Baba enjoyed them. It was funny. It was quite different coming to what Baba used to watch, but He's quite into teenage comedy. So I have plenty of that on my watch list, so we have a lot of stuff to watch together. I wonder if someday I'll be able to convert him to horror movies, but that's quite of a challenge, because he's usually like scared or anxious of them, but more scared than anxious. Comes to mind once we went to the cinema. I really wanted to watch that movie, really was looking forward to it. It seemed to be like very eerie in a surreal way, sorta. It's a horror, call it The Lodge. Like, you're at the lodge with your father and his lover, his current partner, because your parents are divorced and stuff happens at that lodge. Meanwhile, you're stuck among the snow in the middle of nowhere. Like at the cinema, the sound was set in such a way, goodness. Like there was at some point the piano playing by itself, no? And there you could hear the background music and that piano, but that piano like was bothering my ears so much. There was such an uneasy atmosphere, like I think more than atmospheric, it was like uneasy, but not in a horror-like way. It was like actually bothersome, that was it. But Baba also got freaked out, he got panicky due to that sound set like that at cinema. So like, not even half movie done, it was the first time I said, no goodness, look, I'm feeling sick here as well, because my ears cannot stand that such of noise. So we left the cinema, and there outside was the girl that was sweeping the floor and said, hey, but the movie has not finished yet. And we said together in chorus, we know, and we escaped the cinema that time. That was quite a memory there. Like, I never left a horror movie, but due to those sounds set like that, no, please and thank you. I'm still enjoying like children teen cartoon from time to time, like Oggy and the Cockroaches really make me laugh by the nonsensical situations. Oh, we always do watch cartoons while eating, so I understand what you mean. Actually, I made Baba start watching Bee and the Puppy Cat. I did not manage to follow it at the time he was watching it because I was too tired, but he was enjoying it. I have to catch up with him actually to watch it together. It's quite adorable as a series. I never watched it before, but I saw the gifs over internet many years ago. It was surprising for me to find it. So, back to the game. Oh, don't know this one. It's very cute. It's called the Bee and the Puppy Cat. Puppy Cat is cat's name, and Bee is the girl. Seems like it's from 2014 year. Got with some wholesome vibes in my opinion. Yeah, I see. Okay, she presses the shell into your skin and your own fingers tighten about it. The shell is sharp and pointed and it digs uncomfortably into your skin. I still got anime to watch and just so lazy, but I feel you. Like, switching between lazy butt and not having time myself. Been like that for years. I'm not up with time with the anime at all. I was thinking of getting back into reading manga instead at this point. Actually sold most of my manga because we were in need of funds, but also I sort of decided when I can afford it, I will be purchasing them in English rather than the local language. So maybe someday I will hold like the ASMR stream of the sort that you suggested, like reading stream. I'll be silent and reading, and you will be able to see my manga, and you might read yourself something as well, like keeping each other company while reading. I pretty much reconsider it. That idea that you mentioned. At first it did not convince me, but then, thinking more and more about it, sounded like quite some peaceful idea. Hold. Stream. The shell is sharp and pointed, and it digs uncomfortably into your skin. It hurts, but there is pleasure in the pain. Oh my goodness. This too feels like a gift from the mermaid. Yeah, you can even read like fanfiction, like SCP stuff. If you want like horror scary stuff. I was also planning, to be honest, to have like streams where I do read aloud light novels. I want to read monogatari ones. I have plenty of novels to read, light novels. You don't want to spurn it, even pain can be a precious thing, when dealt by one whom you care for. You never knew that before. You hold the shell to your heart, which is beating an irregular rhythm, and look at the mermaid. Then very softly you thank her. It is quite alright. It seems only fair after you shared part of your world with me. I wish to share part of my world with you too. Humans can't normally descend beneath the ocean's depths, and even if they do, they can't remain there for very long. You are far too fragile. Would that I could, I would bring you with me to my underwater kingdom, where we might be together. The mermaid's melodic voice trails away, suffused with something resembling melancholia. She sighs. Then she shakes her head and smiles. But this will have to do for the present. Please take good care of that shell. Look at it from time to time and think of me. That would make me very happy indeed. The days pass following the nightly encounter with your aquatic acquaintance with an almost intolerable slowness. You endure the hours of sunlight as best as you can by going for long bracing walks amidst the heather, foraging for berries and fruits among the hedgerows. You even, when you have mustered up enough courage, take an old fishing line, uncover it in the fisherman's cottage, and try your luck by the shore. And before drowning and... Tan tan tan! Your initial attempts at angling are without success, but as the time passes, your proficiency in the art grows. It's really not a good move to go fishing. Sometime after you take up your rod, you find you're able to catch the odd fish here and there, small scrawny things, but mostly. But the meat goes away, bolstering your rudimentary diet. To anger the mermaid, you feel like... yeah. Goodness. You teach yourself how to remove the scales of these saltwater fish that you have captured and how to gut them. You learn too how to cook them over a simple fire. Sometimes you skewer these fish of yours on spikes and roast them slowly, innards and all. You are able to sustain yourself on and off during the day, though the faint pangs of hunger you experience never quite go away. Your physical discomfort, however, is secondary when compared to your desire to visit the mermaid. Your days may be dull and drab, but your nights, comparatively, are made of magic. It's only during the night that the mermaid emerges from beneath the waves, and when she does, you hurry to her side. You have never before had anybody who took so great an interest in you, not until you met the mermaid. You shackle yourself to the shelf before going to sleep. That is why she has grown to mean so very much to you. She is the first friend you have ever had. But if you do not temper your obsession accordingly, I fear she might very well be your last. You care little for the potential danger, however, which lurks beneath your interactions with the mermaid. You want only to show the mermaid how much that you value her, and your hope within time that she will come to value you too. If you keep seeing her, surely she will stop thinking of her human friend, whom she lost so suddenly. That is your plan, at least. Fortunately, your self-serving wish to grow closer to the mermaid seems close to being granted. Your nightly conversations when you greet her come easily enough. You are stumbling from your mouth like thread. You have grown rather comfortable in the mermaid's company, and she yours. She must have, for it is not long after you bequeathed your diadem of flowers to the mermaid that she looks at you, then posits a curious question. I was wondering, dear one, whether you would mind indulging me. I know this might not seem like an appealing proposition, but I thought it would be remiss of me not to ask. I have seen some of your world, for I have sat on the shore for many nice hands, but you have seen nothing of mine. It seems unfair that I should know some of the world that you inhabit, while you know so little of my own. So would you care to come with me beneath the ocean's waves? There is much that I wish to show you, sights that cannot, I fear, be accurately represented in language alone. Words can be awfully stifling when it comes to the communication of experiences such as this. It's quite the florid speech, but the heart of it beats a simple enough request. The mermaid wishes to bring you beneath the ocean's surface so that she might show you her home. You're flattered initially that the mermaid wishes to show you something so personal. But after this flutter of flattery, there comes an uncomfortable sense of unease. The mermaid might feel at home beneath the water's surface, but what of you? Okay, mermaid, where is my diving suit? You're a human girl with two awkward, ungainly legs, and you were not made to live under the sea. You frown and mistrustfully you look at the ocean. It is late at night, as it always is when you speak to the mermaid, and the water does not look blue. It appears instead to be obsidian. The waves moan as they break against the rocks which jut out of the shore like dragon's bones. I'm gonna go check on Baba. I forgot to check on the catto. So please, wait a sec. A second. Be right back. My oh my, how patient do I have to be with this fat cat? He was still not able to sleep. I made him some cocoa, warm cocoa, so I hope he will sleep now. Seems like it knocked him out even more. Hi, I'm back. I think it is also due to the weather that it's getting hot. This farming channel points, no, the phone is away. He's well behaving now. When I do control him. Okay, so. The waves mourn as they break against the rocks, which jut out of the shore like a mighty dragon's bones. They sound angry, violent almost. Baba! What are you doing here? Go to sleep! Go to sleep! I'ma bonk you, otherwise. Bonk you to sleep. There we go. Okay. Party time over. What? No, it's over, Baba. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Otherwise, I'll start making dishes made only of green veggies, but the ones that you do hate, actually, not the ones that you are enjoying. Okay. Bye-bye. Good night, though. Please do behave. Alright, huh? Okay. They sound angry, violent almost. Salty sea spray arcs through the air, caught in the moonlight. It shimmers, sharp as knives. Hesitantly, you take a step back. You're a little afraid of the sea. It's so restless, so deep, so all-consuming, it reminds you of a hungry monster. You have never submerged yourself beneath the ocean before. You never had the opportunity. You don't even know how to swim. You are fearful for your own safety. Should you consent to dive beneath the undulating meniscus of the water bath? Don't look so frightened, dear one. I will be with you, and I will not let you go. You have my word. Suddenly you glance at the mermaid. She is still perched upon her rock, her hands folded neatly upon her. Well, she does not have a lap, not really. You are still afraid, but the mermaid's reassurance does help. Has she not told you numerous times that she is nothing if not honest? You trust her not to break her word. She will not leave you beneath the waves, abandoning you to a cruel, lonely fate to become the food of so many fish. Of that you are certain. You're delusional, my girl. If fish can be your food, you can be food of fish now, you see. You just find faster ways to die. That is why, despite all of your misgivings, you find yourself nodding your head. If that is what she wants, then you will accompany her. Next track will be in the forest. Mark my words. You're interested too in what lies beneath the ocean's surface out of sight. Oh, I knew that you would agree. Thank you very much for humoring me. I will endeavor to make these next few moments the most memorable you have ever experienced. Now, would you care to come with me? I shall be your guide. The ocean's depths might be dark, but I will not let you get away from me. I promise. The mermaid extends her hand towards you, a hand which seems to cut through the moonlight just like a blade. Moon's celestial rays play against the mermaid's upturned palm so that it shimmers. The mermaid's hair too is glowing, backlit by Selene's glow, so that she almost looks like an angel. Her beauty is such that, for a few moments, you cannot do anything, neither step towards her, nor back away. You feel frozen in place, rooted into the sand like some shore-growing tree. You still don't understand why the mermaid has taken such an interest in you, but an old adage does occur to you. You ought not to look a gift horse in the mouth, or ignore the place of a graceful, dignified mermaid. You reach out your arm shaking like the skinny bough of an ancient tree, and find the mermaid's hand with your own. The mermaid's fingers curl about your own, her nails. Only now you notice how sharp they are, digging into your skin. To the mermaid herself, looks very soft, her grip is surprisingly strong. You do not think, if she willed it, you would be able to get away from her. But why would you want to? She does not mean you any harm. Now let us be on our way. There is much to see in my underwater kingdom. I cannot wait to show it to you. The mermaid turns towards the ocean as do you. A brief moment passes, wondering which you allow yourself to stand there, your hand claimed by the mermaids. As the wind buffets your hair and your skirts, you inhale deeply. The smell of the salt is heavy in the back of your nostrils, so much so you could choke on it. It's not a particularly pleasant smell, but you have grown accustomed to it after living in your tumble-down cottage by the shore. It's nostalgic almost. You have a vague feeling, as you stand on the precipice between your world and that of your aquatic companions, that you might never be able to smell the salt in the air like this. That is just a silly supposition too. You're being foolish. The mermaid will return your back to the surface in due course. Will she not? You hope that she will. You, unlike her, cannot breathe underwater. You open your mouth, meaning to ask the mermaid about this fact, but you are not afforded the opportunity to speak. The mermaid has already shifted, her fingers still twined about yours. She dives forwards, her body slicing through the surface of the water like a knife, and you, inexorably, are dragged along with her. Pretty art. The water rushes forwards to meet you in a sudden, shocking rush. There are even fishes. The mermaid's descent may be graceful, but yours is anything but. You don't know how to position your legs, and your lips feel awfully ungainly. The shock of the water as it touches your skin, meanwhile, is intense. You did not think that the water would be this cold. No, it is not just cold, it is freezing. It feels as though all the warmth has been sapped out of your skin. If your head was not already beneath the ocean's waves, you will gasp from it. You don't gasp, however. You cannot. You have already been submerged. Your body no longer feels as though it is your own. Your hair is unspooling behind you like thread, and your skirt is fluttering. Your body rocks to and fro, as though being soothed in a mother's arms. It is a curious feeling, but it is not wholly unpleasant. If only it were not so cold down here, beneath the ocean's depths, you might find it relaxing. It is dark under the surface of the water, yes, but you have not ventured so very far, not yet at least. But the glow of the moon cannot penetrate its depths. The surroundings are illuminated, though faintly, and thanks to this precious illumination, you can see the schools of fish swimming about you. Their scales all glisten as they arc through the waves like rainbows. They do not look like life forms. They appear instead to your fairy tale adult mind, to be ancient relics brought to life through some strange, arcane sorcery. They are pretty. No, that word is not significant enough. They are beautiful. You did not know, as you stood upon the shore, how very full of life it was beneath the water's surface. You did not know either how very beautiful these aquatic denizens of the deep were. You have never seen fish like this before, not in real life. You have memories, vague, hazy memories of dissecting a fish once, in a particularly gruesome biology lesson. But that feels like a very long time ago now. You would far rather think of your present than dwell upon the past, but the second pass. And as they do, the mermaid continues to swim, leading you deeper and deeper into the ocean's depths. Once you were close enough to the surface that the moon's light could still slice through the waves, now it is so very dark you can scarcely see. Your visions begin to blur, you can feel an uncomfortable pressure weighing down on your inner body. You have descended to realize, with a ripple of anxiety too deep. Why am I able to breathe too? Like, why am I not suffocating? Humans were not meant to descend into these depths. The water, once cold, now feels freezing. It caresses every inch of your exposed flesh, as if to say what little warmth you might still possess. You shiver, and when you do, you swear that you can hear your teeth chattering despite the water which stops your ears. Water is stopping up your nostrils. There is so much water down here at the bottom of the ocean. It's endless. The mermaid might be able to breathe underwater, but you are not so very fortunate. Your body is far less sophisticated than hers and requires oxygen with which to furnish your body with continuous strength, not salt water. The thought of trying to inhale the endless water which surrounds you makes you shudder. You'd rather not attempt it. You do not have gills. When would the mermaid take you back to the surface? Surely she must know that you have fast become near your limit. You have been under the water for too long, and it is too cold, and it's dark now. In any event, you cannot see much of anything. The joy you once felt during your underwater adventure has begun to dissipate, just like the last of the oxygen you still possess. It is time to return to the surface now. But how are you to communicate this to the mermaid? You cannot speak, and she is not looking at you. She is staring instead, fixedly, at something beyond your comprehension, something far away perhaps, in the underwater gloom that you cannot see. Not knowing what else to do, you try to pull your arm free from the mermaid's grasp. You hope that this will signal to her that she has grown too carried away in her endeavors that she ought to cut short your expedition and return you to the shore. Point up, stupid. Right. The mermaid does not react, however, to your attempts to escape her. The grip does not slacken, as you had hoped, from about your wrist. In fact, it is quite the opposite. It feels as though she is gripping you more tightly than she was, as if to prevent your escape, but why would she do that? You tap on the mermaid's shoulder to get her attention, a gesture which prompts her, at long last, to turn. Her fair hair billows about her, suspended in the water like a shroud. Then she says, in that calm, measured, incredibly reasonable voice of hers, "Yes, dear one, what is it?" If you could, you would open your mouth to reply to her, but, alas, you are a human girl, not a fish, and you cannot speak underwater. The attempt to do so would accomplish naught save filling your pretty little mouth with water. The mermaid really ought to have considered that before she started to ask you questions. But your comfort seems to be the last thing on the mermaid's mind. She smiles at you gently, delicately, then says, "I understand. Being underwater for so long must be beginning to take its toll. Your lungs feel like iron. Are they heavy?" So she does understand your voice. You might not be able to speak suspended as you are in the dark, murky depth, but communication is not wholly impossible. You nod your head emphatically, hoping that this will be enough to make your distress apparent, but yes, that will happen, it is a natural part, or so I have heard of drowning. Not that I have ever had the opportunity to experience it for myself. I am incapable, you see, of meeting my demise in such a manner. Now, what was that? What could she mean? I mean, the mermaid answers, "Can't you read minds? This was calculated act upon my part. Forgive me, dear one, but the moment you consented to sinking beneath the water with me, your fate was sealed. Your lungs will be flooded with water soon enough, then you will die. It's not a pretty way to go. You needn't worry about your corpse floating, disfiguring, or being eaten by fish, though. I will take very good care of it, I promise. In death you will look lovely, almost angelic. Is that not what you always wanted? You don't know what the mermaid thinks it is exactly that you want, but you think she is laboring under some severe misunderstandings. You like to try and correct her, you don't want to die, but of course you can't open your mouth. What a pity. Well, at least it saves me the effort of transcribing your dying pleas. I thought they would be particularly interesting. If you want to know why I'm doing this, then I would not mind obliging. I have no secrets to keep from you. Other than the secret, perhaps, that upon your first meeting, she nursed within her cold fish heart the desire to bring about your watery murder. You might have liked to know that before you agreed to sink beneath the ocean's surface with her. I'm only doing this because I have no choice. The other girl I liked, after all, the one whom I adored, disappeared. She went away, and I was never again afforded the opportunity to see her. You remind me of that girl, who you don't look much like, you do not act very like either. But you are both humans who, despite your delicacies, have no shortage of determination. How your kind is able to live when your lifespans are so very short and you are susceptible to so very many diseases is a mystery to me. Through my lifespan far eclipses your own, and I am far sturdier, I cannot help but marvel at the tenacity of you humans. I know that if I were as fragile as you are, I would not be able to exist in this world. I would be far too afraid. I would see my own death lurking behind every corner, just as you can see your own death looming before you. It is not so very far away now. You can feel it coming closer and closer, and closing its cold, icy fingers around your throat. You humans are incredible. I cannot help but respect you. Weak and pitiful too you are. She respects your tenacity so very much she wishes to extinguish it. That does not make very much sense. Perhaps my words are confusing you, but it makes perfect sense to me at least. My beloved cohort left me. I didn't know where she went or what happened to her. Perhaps she was murdered by bandits. Perhaps she contracted a horrible disease. Perhaps she simply fell and cracked her skull. I do not know. I will never know. For many days and many nights, her disappearance tormented me. I could not help but wonder how it came about, but there were so many possibilities I could not imagine all of them. It still terrified me. It still does. That is why I'm going to take you to my underwater kingdom with me. There we can be together forever. Nothing will be able to tear us apart then. I'll brush your hair and I will dress you in the finest pearls found from the bottom of the seabed. It will be lovely, much lovelier than any sort of miserable existence you might be able to eke out above the water. In my citadel you will never be attacked by bandits, nor ravaged by diseases. You will be quite safe, I promise. Quite safe, yes, and quite dead too, surely. Well, yes, that is the only unfortunate aspect of my plan. It considers your death nothing more than a mere misfortune? The mermaid might be surprisingly cold after all, but perhaps you ought to have predicted this. She is part fish. Are fish not cold-blooded like lizards? You probably learned this at some point during biology class, but your lessons are beginning to feel very faint and far away now. Your body is beginning to fail you. You cannot take much more of this. It is a necessary sacrifice too, if we are to be happy. I am doing this, you know, for both our sakes. I do apologize for tricking you, but please, try to understand. I really have been lonely. You would be more inclined to sympathize with her perhaps if her loneliness was not ushering in your inevitable demise. But you are too preoccupied with your dwindling reserves of oxygen to feel much in the way of anything for your capture. You can feel the pressure of the water against your eyes. They're beginning to ache. Perhaps you are crying, you don't know. The water masks much of your anguish. You have been drifting underwater for almost 3 minutes. It's a remarkably long time to go without any air. Your vision is beginning to cloud, your surroundings, already darker, still unpleasant and obscure, and not at all like the paradise the mermaid promised you. The pain of being suffocated slowly is far stronger and far more oppressive than the sensation of the mermaid's hand wound tightly about your arm. Is there no escape for you? The prognosis, I am sorry to say, is grim. Your fate, as the mermaid said, really was sealed the moment you met her luxuriating on those rocks beneath the moonlight. But you forgive me if my sympathy is limited. You did bring this upon yourself, you know. You reap what you sow, and in your case you made a series of bad decisions which led to your ultimately demise. Now, what do you want to do? Will you accept this fate of yours and rest in peace, or will you try to fight against it? Thank you for the trade. Good evening. Hello, how are you doing? Hello. Accept your fate. That's a bit of an anticlimactic answer at this juncture in your life story, but I suppose it would be remiss of me to lecture you too much. I'm sure you are well aware of what a terrible series of decisions you have made. There's no need for me to belabor the point. That would be boorish, not to mention tedious. I'm rather tired of scolding you, so instead I think I will content myself with loving you. What? You thought in your death the mermaid was the only one who would be able to cosset you? I know I have said this before, but you really are naive. You cannot escape me even if you are at the bottom of the deepest, darkest ocean. The world may have forsaken you, but I never will. I will never leave you. I will never be lonely again. Doing good managed to show up an hour earlier than usual at least. Thank you kindly for being so considerate towards my streams. It's very nice to have you around once again. So, fight against your fate. Ah, I like that look on your face. It is a look full of determination, the self-same determination, which first prompted me to take an interest in you. I can tell that you are not happy with this ending. You did not come all of this way after all to drown. That is quite the indecorous demise regardless of how many fine stones and shells the mermaid means to twine through your hair after your death. If you wish to carve out a new story for yourself, then I will be only too happy to indulge you. Just try to not get on the bad side or good side of any homicidal naiads this time. The drawing of fair maidens is something of a cliché. Fate is once again in your hands. Now I wonder, which path will you take? Ah? Give up? So you've come back here, have you? That does not come as much of a surprise. Though presented with 3 potential paths, it is not as though traversing any of them would have any particular impact upon your ultimate fate. In the end, you are always destined to return here. Did you really think you had a choice? How hopelessly naive of you. I thought that you were smarter than that. Your breath, which once escaped your lips in sharp, rugged gasps, is now on the verge of petering out altogether. Your lungs feel deflated, as though they have been punctured. Your blood is rushing through your temples in a heady, overwhelming surge. Your stomach, meanwhile, has twisted itself up into knots. Your body feels heavy, your legs in particular, they no longer wish to obey you. Take a stumbling step forwards, and your foot gets caught in a tree root. You are certain that you passed this route once already and that you sidestepped it, but perhaps your memory is beginning to fail you, just like the rest of your body. You gasp surprised and pitch forwards, dull and senseless, like a sack full of potatoes. Potato! Your arm hits the ground with a crack, one which makes you cry out in pain. Oh my goodness. Tears begin to bed in your eyes, wet and salty, tears which you cannot stymie. You are not as resilient as the gravedigger, nor as carefree as the princess. If you leave it underwater, like the mermaid, then nobody at the very least would be able to tell that you're crying, but you do not, and I can. Believe me, I can. Your arm aches dreadfully, but at least you can still feel it. Your poor feet, meanwhile, have gone quite numb. You would try to stand had you the energy, but you know, as you sit there dazed, that this would be futile effort. You cannot stand not any longer. It hurts too much. You really have been through a lot tonight, haven't you? I fear I have not been very kind to you. But you ought to be accustomed to hardship. Why then are you crying? You always have been a crybaby. That is why they teased you so much. It's because they knew they would be guaranteed our action. You're very predictable. Even now, after you try to borrow my power for your own purposes, you have not changed at all. As you sit there sobbing, you hear, or you think you can hear, footsteps approaching you. Who is that? There, to your right, is the snapping of a twig, to your left, the telltale rustle of leaves. Your every sense feels razor sharp, pointed to a knife's point by anxiety. You're so panicked you feel as though you're going to be sick. You want to vomit, then why not? There is no shame in it. There's nobody here to judge you, nobody but me. I have always been here, you know. I will always be here, no matter how fast you try to run. Or how far. Did you really think you could escape me? Poor sweet child. Poor little fool. I did tell you, did I not? A contract with a witch is binding. No amount of physical distance between the both of us could ever sever it. I told you I would never let you be lonely. Ain't it? But I have had rather enough of these little games. It's time for me to collect my collateral. Oh? A soft gasp escapes your throat as if your arms wind their way about your back. Naturally, you know whose arms they are. They're mine. I have been watching you all night, but this is the first time I have reached out to you. In so direct a manner. You do not expect me to be so forward. I can hear your heart fluttering in your chest. It's beating very quickly. I started rapids. Your breaths are short and sharp. It's a cold night, and though I am holding you, you are still shaking. I wish you would not tremble so. Everybody fears the unknown, but we are not strangers. You have spoken before, how we not? When you first called me forth from the ether, using that book you found in the library. You are desperate enough then to turn to the occult for help. You pleaded with me, you used my magic for your behalf. You begged me, you implored and you entreated. And you wheedled and you whined, and though I had some reservation, you forced my hand. I had no choice, not in the face of your desperation. You did not want to be lonely anymore. You wanted to have a friend, somebody who would always be there for you no matter what. You wanted somebody to love you. Is that not what you demanded of me? Is that not what I have given you? You might think me wicked, but I think you are being awfully cruel yourself to run from me after I made all of your wishes come true. I do think you know about punishing you for running away from me. I thought of poking out your eyes so that you might never see anybody other than me. Goodness. and the witch. I thought of cutting off your long, lovely hair so that nobody might ever think you beautiful but me. I thought of breaking your legs so that you might never be able to escape from me. I turned all these intriguing ideas over in my mind, but I am a merciful witch. Are you? Though you hurt me, I did not wish to hurt you. You asked after all that I love you. That is what I did. I have drowned you in my love. I have buried you beneath my love. I have swallowed you in my love. You have always been a sad, lonely girl, one who has been starved of affection. Nobody has ever cared for you. Your life has been a barren, empty wasteland, one devoid of any fonder feelings. That is why I had to drown you, you see. This is why I had to bury you. This is why I had to swallow you. In the end, I was doing you a favor. I was doing it all for you. In a sense, you are very lucky. Know that? There are few people in the world who have had the privilege of being loved to the brink of insanity. It is many times in one night. There are few people in the world who can claim to have been loved by a witch. You have experienced so much love it ought to have slaked, even your unquenchable thirst. You know now what it feels like to be adored. I have more than upheld my end of the bargain now. I think it is time that you do the same. From this night forth, you and I will always be together, and I shall be able to love you endlessly. You'll never be lonely again. Sure, if that's it. Nope. I miss. Oh, I cannot skip it. You're running through a forest, but this shouldn't come as a surprise to you. Been here before, haven't you? It is beginning to feel like you have been running for a long time, but the sun, despite the overwhelming weariness which assails your legs, has yet to rise. I wonder could that be? You are sure as you run that you have seen this already. You have seen the fractal pattern of the moon's milky glow as it spills on the uneven forest floor, the trees which jut out of the earth like eerie monuments to a foreign god. I've seen wicked brambles which sought to ensnare you and, I might add, succeeded. And tree roots, who were like the choppy fingers of witches far older than I, which sought to trip you. You have put your feet, you have torn your skirt, you have taken numerous paths, yet they all ended in failure once you had hope. Now it is gone, you have already given in to me, so why are you still running? Silly girl, did you really think you could escape from me, after all I have subjected you to already? There's no use trying to escape from my embrace, and if I may be so bold, I encourage that you would even attempt it. Were you not happy with me? I was happy with you. But no matter, you're a stubborn little cheat. And perhaps you think that things will be different this time around. That is why you began to run. I can see despite the fear in your eyes that your resolve has not burnt out, not just yet. A spark of it still remains. A spark that I mean to extinguish for good. It's pointless, you know, trying to escape from a witch's curse. It is first of phantasmagoria. Constructed for my own powers, I am a creator goddess, Mother Earth, if you will. Now I wonder if the MC made contact with the witch to maybe get out of her previous situation. Yes, I think so too. In the library. It does not matter how quickly you run, trampling the tall grass and the loose leaves and ugly, spotted mushrooms underfoot. I still have you right where I want you, in the palm of my hand. I will not let you get away that easily. But very well, if you insist on playing this little game, then I will indulge you. I will play along. We can do this all over again. Now, where were we? Oh yes. You are still running through a forest. It is late at night and the sky is black as pitch. There is nothing to light your way save the moon's milky glow, but its rays can't reach you, not properly. The trees which surround you, jutting out of the earth like eerie monuments to a foreign god, are blotting out most of the light. You cannot see where you are going. Even if you had commenced your flight at a more sensible hour or two, With the light of the sun to aid you, it will be of little use. You don't know where you are going. You have no map, no route, no plan. You are running like a frightened animal, anxious and nervy, with no destination in mind, none beyond the almost overwhelming impetus to escape. You cannot let yourself be caught, though it is too late, I suppose, for that. You have no choice, therefore, to keep going, on and on and on, though your feet are screaming at you for mercy. You run and you run and you run until, at long last, you reach a fork in the road. There are 3 paths which split off through the forest. Well, 4 if you count the path down which you came. You can exactly double back on yourself, though. Why would you? You have put all that effort after all into running forwards not just once, but twice. I hope you mean to confront me. How can you, when you are so very afraid? I can hear your teeth chattering, you know. I can see your legs trembling. Your fear rolls off you in waves more potent than any perfume. Your anxiety is truly staggering. It is a wonder really how you're able to keep putting one foot in front of the other. You will keep putting your feet in front of the other too. No matter which decision you make, you will not turn back. How could you? You are far too cowardly. Now, the 3 paths are signposted as well, you know. Which will be a strange sight given you are so deep in the forest, but you ought to be used to strange sights by now. It is dark, but that does not matter. You have seen these signposts before, and you know full well where each path will. I would say that your fate is in your hands. But you and I both know that this worked. Your fate is, and always has been, mine to manipulate. Must we really go through this rigmarole again? You won't discover anything new, you know. The mermaid, the gravedigger, and the princess would not deviate from the scripts which have already been prepared for them. I did not, in all honesty, think to furnish any further responses for them. I did not think you would be seeing them again. But no matter. If this is what you want, I shall provide it for you. Go ahead, throw your life away again and again and again. Be drowned by love, be buried by love, be consumed by love. Then, when you have had enough and you can no longer stand, submit yourself once again to embrace. And let yourself experience the love as precious few humans have ever before had the misfortune of experiencing. Witness. Delighted my save slots even. And to the castle. So you want to go to the castle? Good idea. All decent fairy tales tend to conclude in castles, once they're beleaguered. But upon parents are finally able to wed the handsome princess they once dreamed of, can I skip? Skip. Four. Oh. See this time. Fight. Oh, you wish to keep going, do you? That is impressive, given this is the second time you have been devoured so heartily. Of all the demises you have experienced, this one is the most gruesome. If you had tired of these repetitions, I would understand. I'm not the wicked witch you might think I am, and I would be willing to show you mercy, should you want it. But I can tell that you do not want it. Goodness me, you are stillborn. Why, I ask you, do you continue to fight? There is no escape for you, you know. We never let you leave, no matter how you struggle. But very well. Let us go back to the beginning once again. It is in your hands, or so I once told you. You ought to know now, however, that this was never truly the case. You still belong to me. I am not going to let you get away from me. You can struggle as much as you want, but it will be in vain. It does not matter where you go. I will always find you, I can promise you that much. Touch. My, this is certainly unexpected. I had rather thought, after everything you have been subjected to, you would no longer wish to continue this farce. I was fully prepared for you to forfeit yourself at long last to my loving embrace. I'm ready to embrace you, should you so desire it, and cradle you within my unassailable affection. But it seems you are not ready to submit, not quite yet. Being buried alive twice over has not been enough to diminish your determination. You still wish to fight against me, as if you have any hope of succeeding. Your efforts are all futile. Do you know that? Do you not know that? I am far, far stronger than a skinny human like yourself could ever even begin to contemplate. You would be better served if you... But perhaps I have not loved you effusively enough. Not just yet. If you are to learn anything, I must first beat it in your thick skull of yours. Will you listen to me then? I only want what is the best for you, you know? Hurting you hurts me too. But if that is what you want, so be it. Let's go back to the beginning once again. Struggle, do your very best. It will not work, but it should be entertaining if nothing else. Oh, you still wish to soldier on, do you? That is remarkable, given this is the second time you have been pulled beneath the ocean's surface. I would have thought that you would want to give up by now. No matter. You really are stubborn. I can't promise a better fate than this awaits you, regardless of what you might choose, but I'm willing to indulge you. Let's go back to the beginning once again. It is in your hands, at least that is what you once thought. You and I both know, however, that this never was the case, not now that you belong to me. How much longer can you keep resisting, though? Can't wait to find out. Yup. There you see, are you happy now? I told you that there was no use in repeating this night, yet you failed to listen. You have been drowned, buried and consumed once more, and for what? Do you feel as though you have made any progress in your attempts to escape from me? Once again you find yourself, as you were, at the end of your last foray into my forest full of nightmares. You are kneeling upon the ground, your feet aching, perhaps they are bleeding, and your skirt tattered and torn. You try to inhale, but it hurts. It's as though your lungs have been punctured by a pair of embroidered scissors. When you swallow, you can taste salt upon your tongue. You blink, but it is so very dark in these woods you fear you cannot see. There is a heavy laden weight upon your shoulders. It feels as though somebody is shoveling so upon you. Oh, your body is cold, as though it has been sapped of all warmth. Your blood, which ought to flow through your veins, feels as though it has frozen. That or it has been purged from your body altogether in rust-red goblets. Have you not had enough of this now, silly thing? I am saying this for your sake, you know, just as much as I am mine. Though I might have trapped your hands, I didn't it only because I care for you. I want only for you to realize the folly of your ways. Now, cease your foolish attempts to escape. They will accomplish nothing save stretching your mind beyond its limitations. It has already, I fear, been stretched thin already. Humans are not designed to die, not as incessantly as you have. One death will be enough to finish most of your kind off, yet you have endured 6 of them. You don't want to go through that again, do you? Then don't run from me. Let me console you, let me embrace you, let me love you. What do you say to that? Silence. Had got your tongue, Well, no matter. You will not need your tongue to speak while we are together. It is an unnecessary appendage, however much you might wish, one day, to whisper sweet nothings to me. I am an all-powerful witch, after all, and I can hear all of your thoughts. I know what you are thinking. Yeah, that is right, silence is golden, as they say. You don't need to speak, you don't need to blink, you don't even need to breathe. Now that you are finally mine, I will cut off your tongue, and I will pluck out your pretty little eyes, and I will... No. I beg your pardon? What was that, dear one? Oh. I said no. I'm not your dear one. I never wanted this. What, you will defy me still, after all you have endured? First success not enough for you, you gluttonous girl. Do you wish for more? Hands off. I just wish it for a friend. I didn't want to be lonely. But you snared me. You tricked me. Finally speaking up, I see. Oh, I never. What both accusations? No cake touching here. They're not true, though, you know. They're both-faced lies. I did nothing of the sort. My name might be in a similar fashion, but I am no Mephistopheles. I was very upfront when we first met. I said if you wished to make a contract with me, it would cost you. It is your own fault that you did not listen. You accept my terms, and now you're paying the price. Now, if you will come with me, my dear... I am not your dear. Really now, this has all become rather tiresome. I must insist that you cease this childish outburst at once, or else... Or else what? Will you cut off my tongue? Will you pluck out my eyes? You already stole my name, but it's coming back to me. What? No, that should be impossible. You gave your name to me. You gave your soul to me. You pledged your heart and your body to me, and now... And now I want them back. I'm tired of these games too. And yeah... You... Remember my name? I do now. You called me there and I... No, stop it. What's going on? I called Rosette. It can be. I knew you were stubborn, but... I learned how to be stubborn. I'm used to being bullied. You're just like the others. I'm not afraid of you anymore. You took everything from me, and now I'm taking it back. No, you can't. French name. Rosette, please don't go. Don't leave me. We made a contract, you and I. You said that you wanted a friend, and I promised to be that friend. I promised that I would always be there for you. You really mean to abandon me? That was the general idea. And what of me? What am I supposed to do? You? What's Latin? I wrote for all I care. Wow! What? No, Rosette! I call after you retreating back, but you do not heed my words. You don't turn your head. Once it was you who knelt in the dirt, your clothes tattered and torn, your dignity alongside it. You were so vulnerable then. You were so very, very beautiful. In a perverse way, however. Pretending like she said nothing, I think you might look even more beautiful now that you are walking away from me. That is a thing you humans say, is it not? You never realize just how much you value something until you no longer have it. It does not hold true in my case, however. I knew you were a precious find when first I saw you summoned me. Your fiery determination, even in the face of extreme hardship, endeared you to me. I thought you were very noble, really. How you had survived for so long in an environment which was so very hostile. For a human, I thought you remarkable. That is why I decided to form a contract with you. I thought with a human like you by my side, my own life of empty, endless wandering might not be so... lonely. Goodness me, I must be growing sentimental in my old age. No, you're not the one upon the ground, it is I. I could keep howling for you, but I know it would do no good. You will not turn back from me now, not when I have caused you so much suffering. I did not mean to hurt you so too. I truly did love you, albeit in my own way. In the end, however, I suppose the love of a witch was too much even for you to endure. Now there is nothing but the milky moonlight, and the trees which jut out of the earth about me. They look like monuments built in the honor of a foreign god. They look like nothing from the world that you knew, Rosette, because they are not of your world, they are of mine. Now you have fled from me, like a bird let loose from its cage. I fear I will never see you again. I will be on my own, in this forest, for all eternity, or until another silly little girl with stars in her eyes and dreams in her heart summons me once more. It has happened a handful of times in the past. It might one day happen again. Until that day, however, I will lie here among the foliage and the fog, and I will close my eyes. I'll let myself dream, and then robed in the undoubting mist, I shall think to myself, I wanna try something. Oh, I cannot. I see. Oh! I'm sitting in a forest. A late night. And the sky is as black as pitch. There is nothing to light my way save for the moon's milky glow, but its ray cannot reach me, not properly. The trees which surround me, jutting out of the earth like eerie monuments to a foreign god, are blotting out most of the light. If I were running, I would not be able to see where I was going. But such concerns are trivial to me. There is nowhere, after all, for me to run to. I'm all alone. have abandoned me. You made a contract with me once. When you wished for a friend, it was a contract I swore I would fulfill upon my good name. But you betrayed me. Oh, Rosette, why did you have to go? My days were intolerably dull and tedious without you to amuse me. Your company slackened my burden nicely, but now that you have gone, the burden has returned fourfold. It's consuming. I fear I might go mad from it, if I have not granted go mad already. If only there was another mortal out there, one who might keep me company. If only. Oh, perhaps I spoke too soon. It would seem that another has intruded upon my moonlit solitude after all, far more quickly than I was expecting. How very fortuitous. Well, my stranger, does the moon not look beautiful tonight? Why, it is almost as if our encounter were progenited by a being far greater than the both of us. But that, of course, is a foolish thought. There are few beings out there more powerful than myself. Now then, would you care to create a contract with me and relive the events of this night anew? Oh, do you not wish to stay with me, dear one? Very well, you're awfully cruel, but I can understand how you feel. I'm a benevolent witch, regardless of what some people might say, and I would never force you to do anything, not against your will. My love is and always has been reciprocal in nature. So she did not appreciate that. Now, if that is so, would you like to run along? Good can come, you know, of soliciting with witches in the dead of night. You had best be on your way and quickly, otherwise I might just change my mind. After all, it's so lonely here. And that is all. Happens. Oh, are you still here? I thought that I had already sent you on your way. Certainly are a stubborn child, that or you are a very cruel one, to take delight in my suffering as you are. Now, don't just stand there. If there is something you wish to tell me, I will bid that you tell it. Have you reconsidered my earlier offer? I picked this one. Put the game restart. Very good. Now come to me, dear one. You're lonely too, I can tell. The scent of loneliness positively rolls off you, much like mist in the early morning. Oh, come, don't look so surprised. It was not at all a difficult guess. Why else would you be spending time with me? Had you anything better to do with your time? We are all lonely here. In that sense, we might not be so very dissimilar, you and I. Though I might be a witch and you a human, I'm not a stranger to the complicated emotions of your kind. I was a human myself once upon a time. But it was very, very long time ago. Now come to me, and I shall tell you a story. I will tell you a story of a girl running through the forest without ceasing. A girl entrapped in a patchwork fairy tale world with no beginning and no end. My story will unravel, unbroken from now until the end of time. And if you allow yourself to be submerged within it, we need never be lonely again. Oh my goodness. The game closed itself. The game closed itself. So we finished it. The Baba alert, I guess. Begins. Oh no, it finished. Got its own will, yes. To complete it. I was thinking of streaming like 20 minutes more. Let's see. Got something else to play? I want to try this demo out. Got paper trail. Dunking time, what? Paper trail. I'm not sure if it's listed on Twitch because it's a demo. okay. Actually, paper trail is like written as a single word here. On Steam it's divided, so I think it's that, yeah. I think that's it. It's listed in two different ways. I think it's that one. Thank you. Streamlabs, goodness. That. Okay. It is giant. The game from before. Nick. I'm gonna go check on Baba one last time. Be right back. It's like the cocoa has done its magic. Cat is asleep. Oh, quit the storm last night. Okay. About now? Oh, like half or more. Goodness. Goodness. How is it now? Okay, I think finally. Also, do let me know of what does all. For some reason, I cannot see the results usually. Bump a smidge. Okay. Tiny bit. Done. Let me know if I need to adjust it. Why is always Baba among the choices in the vote? Wow, quit the storm last night. When you didn't know. Oh, I voted Baba too. Last time I voted Baba as well. So Baba is like, oh, no. Oh, quit the storm last night. How many times did I read this already? Sorry. Jimmy hasn't come home from his eel fishing. Wonder if he got caught in the rain. Fishing here as well. Hello there! It's me, across the river. I came for a spot of eel fishing and got stranded by the storm. Help an old man back across, would ya? I've never seen a storm like it before. Oh. Good running jokes is good for comic relief. Ooh, I could have sworn the bridge fell in the storm. It looks right as rain now. Ooh. Looks super chill as a game. Oh. I'm just gonna grab my eels. Slippery little bobbers, aren't they? Then I'll head on back home. Age. Oh, or just. You found Jimmy? Wonderful! Now you've shown him the path home. Maybe we'll get a slice of that eel pie. Hello over there! Am I glad to see ya? I've been living off pine cones for days. The storm blew down some trees and I've not found a way out. I spoke with Jimmy the fisherman already, eh? Find a way across and I'll see if I can help you meet someone new. What? It's empty here, what do you mean? Oh, okay. Just like that, you found a path through the trees. You're the trailblazer, aren't ya? Maybe you can find the trail to the old lighthouse down south. They say the keepers built a moat to keep the riffraff out. Nobody's seen him in years. Hell. Tad confused. Oh, okay. Ba-bang. Oh my goodness. Chaos. Hi, Yangon. Over here. How long have I been on this rock? 5 weeks? 2 days? Help me fix up the light and I'll spill the beans about that cave. I really like the gameplay mechanics here, even though a bit confusing. Ah yes, about that cave up north. I see you can reach the other side, but with that knowledge you can reach places you normally can't. That's all I can say. Good luck to you. Thank you. Coding, haven't seen that much games use that. It's pretty unique. Yeah. That's why I wanted to pick. Wow, wow. Oh my god. Nice. What have I done? Okay. The diagonal folding. So, let's just restart from here. Oh! Oh my goodness. Or yes, and Baba. Wait. Wait. Oh, that's a safe point. Okay, okay, okay. Whew. Oh, we're here once again. Ooh, there. I'm just getting my pine cones and I head back to town. I've got quite a taste for them now, you see. Maybe I'll make a nice pine cone stew when I'm back. Let's enter there. Just back. As we entered here. okay. There we go. Go like up. We got a path on the other side. Oh, okay, there we are. Back on track. Wait, I don't know. Oh, I see. Like, There we go. I was not looking at the chat. We get lost, kid. Me too, kid, me too. These paths go nowhere. There's no way through. Way back. It's paths which come back around. Okay. I forgot to take that one down. Done. I'll try. How? How, I wonder. What? Find a way out. Let me know you're here. I can sleep another night on this cold rock floor. Have to top rock there. Not it. It. This. Okay. Now I have any more idea. Okay. Так. Okay. Oh. Okay. Back in the matrix. Oh, you think so? It made sense to, like, did it quickly. Yeah. I was thinking too that I needed the stone. Oops. Fast for those problems. Did. Stuck. I don't think that. goodness. I'm getting closer to it. Put it from the downside. I got it. There is like that. Oh, thank you, Sima. There we go. Dominus. Not. Ta-da! Yay! That was easier than I thought. Oh, that's not it. Come on. No. Oh, okay. Working now. Thank you. Or right. Oh wow. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh. It's not working. Oh, okay. Okay. I was unable to find the part that was folded. Oh. Plans for the next visual novel. I don't know. I still have to complete the dating sim monster prom so far, and I need to continue Atri. So I think I will focus on Atri. Yeah. Oh, the alcohol fold. Yeah, I have to continue it. I already began that game. Now I think I'm gonna focus on art. I also do have night in the television novel, but a lot on that one as well. I had time to read up to work. Or like worst case, don't have time for that. And my votes like as the background. Or I don't know. If you do have time for that. Since I do have my VOD channel. No, wait. Atri was not over there because of the copyright, right? Make you catch up on that trail. It was a bit of a mess with Atri. It was taken down. Thank you for the hydrate. Oh, somewhere. It's a bit deep. Got to this point already. I get going on ⴍᴏᴍᴜ myself, read like what, 1 chapter in 2 days now. I feel you. I have to play that game yet myself. I just started years ago, but I had no time to continue it. I started. Wait. Oh, we're back at this point once again. I have no idea what to do. Yeah. Oh, come on. A mess. Wait, what? What over there? Okay. It's not fair now. Fourth beat. Believe in staying hydrated, hence all the hydrates. I agree, that helps a lot. Pancho. Ba. Oh. There. Anyway, I head off to bed. I'm opening the library tomorrow. Perfect workplace for a 괰ᴏᴍᴜ nerd. Oh, you're opening the library of your own? It's very interesting. I hope you will have a nice rest and thank you for stopping by. The support. Good night. For the head pat. Three dominoes piece on the order. The game was probably you to put all four together. Understood that you were saying that. How to? You got to go below. Like way back part before. Next frame. Oh. Okay. Wow. Go on. Okay. Okay. Now we understood what to do. Only I do manage to do that again too. I forgot how to reach the place. Nope. Made it more difficult on you. Goodness. Top left folded and bottom left. Thank you. There we go. Thank you, thank you. Dun, 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 dun. Ta-dun. Oh. Oh goodness. Okay. Doesn't seem like so. Before downfold. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Come on. No. Oh. But the one on the right to make a free. Oh, okay. I was a bit dumb. Goodness gracious. What is this? Man. Right there. Wow. Almost 4 hours, someone having fun, yeah. But I don't have the key. I don't have the key. I think. Or do I? No, I don't. Wait. Okay. Why? I scared myself. Why am I above over here too? Pretty sure that's not how it... Oh. Here. Here. Okay. Stone over here. Get back. E. Oh. To the corner. I have no idea of how to proceed now. Please do help. Center. What? Get out from left side. Fence. Yeah. But if I want to put the rock upon it, just goes over there. Seems it's so confusing. My soul. Bottom. Wow. How do I get out of here? There we go. No, no, that's not it. Goodness, that's not it. Oh. There. didn't I get the key before? Wow. Oh, okay. One. Okay, wait. goodness. Need to put that rock over here. No. We're done. No! Again. One on the left. Ooh. Now what? I think put the ball. Okay. So the other rock is left. No. Like that part at all. Eh. I'm not sure if I understand what you mean. There I see. Qua. This. More. Okay, now with that rock goodness. Man, stop going over there. Word. Like she goes over there. I have no idea of how to make her go on the right side. Okay. Just moves like that. Back on the left page, okay. Okay, thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Finally, what a pain it was. Thanks for playing, follow to keep updated. Oh, okay, we did. Oh, there's supposed to be many more sceneries. Pretty. I wish this it on Steam already. Thank you for the head pat. No, I want restart. I want restart. I want press enter. I don't want to be damned even more. Okay. It was a bit of a pain, but it was quite fun. Oh, the headpad won't work. Mission points or not. Also, for the hit rate. Thank goodness it's so late, I have to go to bed. Oh my, I thought I would have finished it an hour ago. Tried to redeem, but nothing happened. Like to me, that showed that you redeemed the headpad, but headpad did not show. Sometimes the website does have problems. You can see the hit rate as well. So let's see who can trade. So tired. Supposed to end the stream earlier. Well. Okay, we're gonna raid Shinobu, a fellow Fox VTuber. We also do have an out version, like the dark-haired, aside from the red-haired. I know it is not that uncommon as a thing, but among foxes I did not see yet any red-haired foxes that did have the dark hair as well. This time I did raid them. I did state that they are a mute person, but it's like they did have in the about section written mute VTuber, but they are not actually unable to speak, they prefer to not speak, so I wanted to point it out that I did misunderstand before, but they do have quite some of the reason to not talk, it seems. They do keep it private too. I wanted to raid Shinobu. Like, even though they do not talk upon the stream, it's quite super comfy and they do chat a lot with the viewers, so it's quite peaceful there. Very wholesome vibes, so we're gonna raid Shinobu now. I had lots of fun during this stream today. I hope you did as well, Cinnamons. Thank you for joining my stream. And we're gonna see each other tomorrow, during day or morning. Let's begin the raid. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.